This conference will now be recorded.
In the previous session, we started discussing about the security, and in Salesforce, two types of security. One is component security. We can achieve component security by using profiles and permission set. Components, which components we are going to control by using profiles is nothing but apps, objects, tabs, fields, page layout, record types, login hours, login IP ranges, and Apex classes and Visual Force pages, some other one. Okay. Now coming into the permission set, by using permission set, we can control apps, objects, tabs, fields, record types, other than page layout. Okay, other than page layout, whatever we are achieving by using profile, we can also achieve by using permission set. Okay, now coming into data security. Okay, data security is nothing but, for example, I am trying to logging into the Salesforce. How to log in into the Tyler version? Login.salesforce.com. Okay, login.salesforce.com, and I have to enter your username and password. Then it will redirecting into the lightning version. Okay, lightning version. Here the concept is, what about the data security is nothing but, assume that I am working with the I am working with the case object. I am working with the case object. Case is a standard object. How to redirect to the case object is nothing but, go to the app launcher, click on the cases, then it will redirecting into this particular screen. Suppose I am trying to creating a new case record. Go to here, select the record type, click on the next, enter all the mandatory details, and click on the save button. Then click on the save button. Then who is the owner of this particular case? Okay, who is the owner of this particular case? Go to here, who is the owner of this particular case? Ramesh Babu is the owner, right? Ramesh Babu is the owner, right? So every record as a owner, right? Every record as a owner. Okay, every record as a owner. Owner in the sense means, he is this owner have rights on this particular record. He can edit the record. Okay, he can read the record. He can do anything on this particular record. He can do anything on this particular record. So finally, every record as a owner. This is a record. We are working with the case object. In the case object, we created one record. Every record as a owner. Here owner is nothing but Ramesh. Owner is nothing but Ramesh. So every record as a owner have rights on that particular record. Owner have rights on that particular record. For example, I am working with the account object. So now I am on this page. I want to create one account record. How to navigate? Go to your account, click on the accounts, and click on this new button. Select any one of the record type, provide all the mandatory details, and click on the save button. Click on the save button. Okay, then who is the owner for this particular record? Ramesh is the owner. So who is having rights on this particular record? Rights in the sense means, who can edit this particular record? This record is under whom control? Is nothing but under this owner only, right? Okay, this owner. Okay, now the concept is, what about the data security? The concept is, who will access the record? Who will access the record? Only owner will access the record. Okay, only owner will access the record. If yes, then how we are going to achieve? How we are going to achieve this one? Okay, my requirement is, we have to provide rights to owner only. Owner only. So other than the owner, who will access the record? For example, here we have Akira Mohit is there, right? One sales representative. This user will access this particular record, or only Ramesh will access that particular record. Okay, we are working, Ramesh is working in one account object. Okay, he's trying to creating one account record. Then owner is nothing but Ramesh. Who will access that particular record? Who will access that particular record? Only owner will access the record. Yes, my requirement is, owner will only having rights on that particular record. Then how we are going to achieve? What kind of setup we will do? Other than owner, my requirement is not only owner, some other users. Other than owner. Owner plus other users. Plus owner plus other users. Other users will access this particular record. Will access the record. Okay. Will access the record. Okay. Then how? If yes, then how we are going to achieve? How we are going to achieve this one? We are going to achieve this one. Data security is nothing but who will access the record? Who will access the record? Only owner will access the record, or owner plus some other users will access the record. In both cases, what kind of setup we will do in the Salesforce? What kind of setup we will do in the Salesforce? So this is nothing but data security. In Salesforce, whenever we are coming into the data security, the first one is OWD, organization wise default setting. Organization wide defaults. Okay. Organization wide defaults. Whenever we are coming into the data security is nothing but who will access the record. Only owner will access the record, or owner plus other users also will access the record. So for that both cases, what kind of setup we will do? What kind of setup we will do? The first one is OWT, organization wide default. Organization wide default. And here we are working with the account object. For each and every object, we have to do separate setup. We have to do separate setup. In the profile also, we did the same thing, right? Here also, for each and every object, we have to do separate setup. Now I am on this page. Now I am on this page. I want to navigate to OWT. Go to setup. Here, go to setup. In the quick find, you have to type it as a sharing setting, not OWT. In the quick find, you have to type it as a sharing settings. Under security, we have sharing settings. Click on the sharing settings. Click on the sharing setting. Then it will redirecting into this particular screen. It will redirecting into this particular screen. See, many sharing and its settings for all objects. All objects are only for particular object. It will show all the objects, whether it is a standard object or custom object. It will show all the objects. Now scroll down here. Scroll down our default sharing settings. Okay, below that we have organization wide defaults. OWD. Whenever we are coming into the data security, the first setup is nothing but OWD. OWD is nothing but organization wide default. You have first column, second column, third column, fourth column. Four columns are there. In first column, it will show each and every object, whether it is a standard object or custom object. It will show each and every object. Here we are working on which object? Account object, right? Account object. Go to here, click on this particular edit button. Click on this particular edit button. See, go to your account, click on this particular edit button. In the second column here, you have to observe in the same row, account and contact. Private is there, public read only is there, public read and write is there. Private is there, public read only, public read and write. So the first one is private, private. Okay, private. The second one is public read only, public read only. The third one is public read and write, public read and write. So for every object, you have to go to in the left hand side, the first column, it will show each and every object, whether it is a standard object or custom object. It will show each and every object. Here we are working with the account object. In the same row, the second column, here you have to find, so private, public read only, public read and write. Three options are there. Three options are there. First, I'm just making this account and contact. For account and contact object, OWD, we are making as a private. We are making as a private. Click on the save button. Click on the save button. Just observe, for account object OWT, we are making as a private. We are making as a private. Then what is the impact? Then what is the impact? I am trying to creating one account record. Go to here. Go to here. Click on this new button. Click on this new button. Click on the next. I am trying to creating one account record. OWT underscore 01. Click on the save button. We are trying to creating one account record. Okay. In this browser, I logged in as a Ramesh. In another browser, I will log in as a Akira Mohit. Okay. We are logging from two browser. One browser is administrator and another browser is sales representative. Sales representative. I am trying to login as Akira Mohit. Okay. Login.salesforce.com. I'm trying to log in as a different user in one browser. In Google Chrome, I logged in as a Ramesh Babu. Ramesh Babu, I logged in as. Okay. Now, here you have to observe Ramesh created one record, right? Ramesh created one record. Okay. Ramesh created one record, right? So suppose this record, Akira Mohit is trying to accessing this particular record. This record, Akira Mohit is trying to accessing this particular record. See what system it will do? System it will say insufficient privileged access. Account, we have an account object. In account object, Ramesh created one record. So owner is nothing but Ramesh. But Akira Mohit profile is sales representative profile. He is trying to accessing that particular record. He is trying to accessing that particular record. Then what system it is showing? What system it is showing? Insufficient privileged access. Insufficient privileged access it is showing. Why it is showing like this? So at the OWT level, we made account object as a private. We made account object as a private. Here you have to observe. At the OWT level, we made account object as a private. Private means only owner will access that particular record. Owner will access that particular record. So owner will access that particular record. Whenever we are coming into the data security, the first point is OWT only. OWT full form is organization by default. So it, how to navigate to OWT is nothing but go to the quick find and you have to type it as a sharing settings, not OWT. When you type as a sharing, then it will read, click on the sharing settings, then it will redirecting into this particular screen. Here we will find organization wide default. Multiple columns are there. In the first column, it will show all the objects, whether it is a standard object or custom object. Which object we want to restrict? Which object we want to restrict? Only owner will access. For account object, right? Go to the account object and you have to make it as a private. What does that mean? Means only owner will access that particular record. Owner will access that record. Owner will access the record. Okay. Owner will access the record. Then coming into here. Now in Ramesh, what he's doing is a system administrator. Only system administrators users can work on the metadata. Okay. Only system administrator users can work on the metadata. Other than system administrator profile users, they will work only with the record. If they have any issues, they will communicate with the system administrator only. Now Ramesh, what he's doing? He will go to sharing setting. He's just making public read only for account and contract object. He's just making public read only. Finally, try to save this one. Finally, try to save this one. It will take some time. Okay, see here still it is showing as a private, right? Still it is showing as a private, right? So to update for account object OWT as a public read only, it will take some time. How much time it will take means in account object, how many records are there? In account object, how many records are there? Based on that, it will take the time. Based on that, it will take the time. Okay, based on that, it will take the time. Still, it is in the private mode only. Still, it is in the private mode only. So to update public, it will take some time. How much time it will take? See here. Now it is updated to public read only. How much time it will take? How much time it will take? Okay, so based on the records, how many records are there in account object? Based on that, it will take. Based on that, it will take. Okay, now we will just go and verify the same record. Go to here. This is the same record which Ramesh created, right? Ramesh is the owner, right? See, now he is able to access this particular record, right? He is able to access this public this record, right? Who is the owner here? Ramesh is the owner, but who is accessing? Akira Mohit is accessing. Akira Mohit is a different user. Ramesh is a different user. Akira Mohit profile is a sales representative. His profile is a system administrator. Then how he is accessing? Then what first what where we have to verify? We have to directly go to the OWT. We have directly go to the OWT. And for which object we are working? Account object. Account object, what is OWT? Public read only is there. So any user, not only owner, not only owner, here owner is Ramesh, owner plus any user can read that particular record, can read that particular record. For example, this user is trying to editing this particular record. See, insufficient privilege access, here it is coming, right? Insufficient privilege access. So owner plus other users, any user, not only sales representative, any user. That's why the terminology public, it is coming into the public, means anyone, anyone. Yes, anyone, what they will do, they will read that particular record, they will not modify that particular record, they will not modify that particular record. So this is the second option, this is the second option. Now coming into the third one, public read and write. Public read and write means owner plus any user in the Salesforce, any user in your sandbox, they can read that particular record, they can edit that particular record, they can do whatever they want, they can do whatever they want. Now go to edit, click on this particular edit button. Now I'm trying to making this one as a public read and write. Finally try to save this one, finally try to save this one. Okay, finally try to save this one. It will take some time. Okay, it will take some time. Generally in the sandbox, in the real time, it will take some time. How much time it will take in the sense means based on the record count, how many records are there. Okay, how many records are there here, immediately it is updated to public read and write. Now coming into here, coming into this is the record. See, is able to update this particular record, right? Is able to update this particular record. Why means, so this is the case. For example, this is the case. How to debug, how to debug. So we got one issue, we got one issue. Owner is Ramesh, but Akira Mohit is also trying to accessing that particular record, and he's trying to editing this particular record. This is the issue we have to find. Assume that this is our issue, we have to find. Then what are the steps? So here the issue is owner is in account object, owner is Ramesh, but Akira Mohit is also trying to accessing that record, and is also trying to editing that particular record. Then what is the first step? Whenever we are coming into the records, whenever we are coming into the records, any object, whether it is a standard object or custom object, first we have to verify OWT. What is the OWT? So here you have to go to the word sharing setting and you have to verify. Yes, for account and contact object, there is public read and write. So owner plus any user can access that particular record plus edit that particular record, edit that particular record. And here you have to observe, again go to here, for lead object, for lead object, okay, and case object is there. See here, for lead object and case object only. So all objects, private, public, read only, public, read and write, only three options are available, only three options are available. But for lead object and case object, public read write transfer option also available. See here, private, public read only, public read and write, public read and write, transfer. So for lead object and case object, all these three plus extra one option, that is nothing but transfer option, that is nothing but transfer option. They are trying to change, transferring the owner. We are also providing rights to change the owner, we're also providing rights to change the owner here. Okay, that is nothing but transfer option. This is for lead object and case object. And here you have to observe, controlled by parent, controlled by parent is also there. A contact object controlled by parent. So what is this controlled by parent? We discussed master detail relationship, right? Master is nothing but parent, child is nothing but, whenever we are trying to deleting a parent record, then automatically delete child record, right? Suppose two objects are there, there is a relationship between those two objects, that relationship is master detail relationship. then then what happened? OWT, whatever there in the parent object, the same it is impacted to the child also, whenever we are coming into master detail relationship. What I'm trying to say is, two objects are there. Okay, two objects, the relationship between those two objects is nothing but master detail. This is A is one object and B is another object. The relationship is nothing but master detail. This is a master, this is a child, this is a master, this is a child. Then so for master, what kind of OWT we are providing? Public read and write, right? Then automatically child, it will also get the same OWT. That's why it is saying controlled by parent, but not for lookup, not for lookup. Whenever we are coming into master detail relationship, whatever is there for master object, the same OWT will also get to the child object. The same OWT child also it will get. So for lead object and case object, we have transfer option is there. So for remaining objects, these three are the options. So whenever we are coming into the OWT, whenever we are coming into the data security, the first option we have to verify is nothing but OWT only. Any questions up to now? Any questions?
Yeah, Ramesh.
Yeah. Yes, Bhaskar.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, public read write it allows users to read and edit the records, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. In the same object, two users like user A, user B, both
Mm,
are trying to edit the same record at a time.
mm. Okay.
So the system will allows, or it is a deadlock system, deadlock situation.
It's a deadlock situation only. Unable to
So
log the row, some error here it will come. Okay.
okay, yeah, how system will let user to it is a deadlock.
Deadlock, that backend it will happen. What exactly? I will also provide one scenario. Suppose I am trying to updating one account record manually. Okay. At the same time, we have some tools, some other systems are there. By using some other system, we are also trying to updating the same record. Okay, same record. This I'm manually updating an account record. At the same time, backend some batch job is running, and that batch job is also batch job that is related to completely programming. So one program it will run. By using that programming, we are also trying to updating that particular record. Okay, updating that particular record. Okay, so the system it will show unable to log row some error. Some period time it will log the record. After that, it will automatically unlock.
Okay,
Here we will not perform anything. So while click on the edit button, click on the save button, it will say unable to obtain exclude some error message. It will show. After sometimes 1 second or some 2 seconds, we have to refresh, then it automatically it will unlock.
okay. And one more thing, user A opened the record in edit mode and he went somewhere else.
Mm,
Okay, and user B he is also trying to edit the same record,
mm.
but user A already opened it. User B is getting the deadlock
No, no, no.
error.
Whenever they are trying to click on the edit button, click on the edit button, or that time only it will get a. Suppose user open, then there is no impact. Okay. Suppose I am click both users are click on the same time on edit button, or sorry, save button. That time only it will perform lock. Yes, Bhaskar. Tell me. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Bhaskar.
Yeah, that is why I'm asking. See, you are me and you are both are the users. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
you don't know on which record I am working on. Okay,
Mm,
I just opened a account object and account one is the record. Okay,
mm,
I have opened the account one record in edit mode.
mm,
Okay, I opened that record and I went somewhere else.
mm,
So still that is in edit opened
mm,
in edit mode. That record is opened in edit mode. So
mm.
now you came in, now you came and uh, you are trying to edit the same record.
Okay.
In my system, that is already opened in edit mode.
Okay. So nothing
That
will
is
happen. That nothing will happen. You are edit mode only, right? But this user B user is trying to click on the save. Whenever we are performing any action, that time only system it will consider. Okay.
okay.
Suppose you open just open the record, or you are not performing anything. System will not treat. You are not performing any action. Whenever you are click on the save button, then only I will consider. Okay. So both
Okay.
click on the save button at a time, then it will show some error. obtain to exclude, but automatically after 1 or 2 minutes it will that error it will gone. In this case, you just open the record and went to somewhere, and some user is also trying to edit that particular record, means nothing will happen, because of he's not doing anything, he's not performing any action. He open that particular record. Whenever he click on the save button, then only system treat he's performing some operation on that particular record. Then we have to save that particular record. So but here you open, so nothing will happen.
System will give preference to the first user.
Yeah, first.
Okay, Ramesh. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Oscar. Shiva. Yes, Shiva.
Yeah, Ramesh. Can you go to this OWD? Yeah.
Yes, Shiva.
So you are having this public read, right? Let us say for a given object, account and contact. Okay.
Mm, mm.
So the moment you are making any changes here, so depend on number of records, it is taking time to update, right?
Yes.
Is there any customization option? Like say, if I have 3 records, James, Thomas, and Akira Moy order. Okay.
Mm, mm, mm.
So I want to make partial changes for a given record. Like for Thomas, I need to access, but I don't want to make. I don't want to give access to Akira, Mohit, and James.
Yes. The next step I am going to that one.
Okay, right, Ramesh.
If you suppose we are three users are there, I don't want to provide three users read permission. I want to provide only one user or two users. So what, however I want. That is your case, right, Siva? So here we are making public read and write, means every user will get rights, but I don't want like that. So I want to whoever I want, or some users I want some access. That step we are going. This is the first step. 5 steps are there. Okay, Shiva.
Yeah, clear.
Any other questions? Okay. Here,
Ramesh,
yes,
yeah.
Ji.
In which scenario do we go for this sharing? Like, on what basis we want to share? Because where a record is created by a user means it's owner only can access. Under which circumstances um, we can decide whether it should be shared with this user or the others?
Yeah.
What is
For
the deciding factor?
yeah. For example, I am working in one company as a sales representative. Okay, so sales representative, what he will do? I mean, assume
Hmm,
that my business is selling the products. So for sales representative, one customer came. So he
hmm,
created one lead record, account record, contact record, opportunity record. So here, who is the owner? Ramesh is the owner,
hmm,
because Ramesh is
hmm,
the sales representative. For
hmm,
one sales manager is there. He is monitoring. Okay,
hmm,
in my company, 5 sales representatives are there. Okay, Ramesh,
hmm,
how much business he did? Okay,
hmm,
as ABC,
hmm,
how much business he did? So he wants
hmm,
to find. So
hmm,
he is a
hmm,
sales manager. Sales manager is
hmm.
nothing but another user. Another user
Correct.
wants to access this record. Okay,
Hmm,
another user wants to access Ramesh record. Then OWT it will come into picture, right? Yes,
hmm,
Ajay.
hmm. Yeah.
That is case.
Oh,
Another case is, for example, I am not feeling well. So I want
hmm,
to. I'm going on leave for 1 month. What
hmm,
about my records? Suppose you are one customer, you came to me
hmm,
and I created
hmm,
one account record, a
hmm,
contact record. Now I'm going to create opportunity record in between. I'm not feeling well. I'm going on leave. So what
hmm.
about these records? What about the remaining process? Someone will take care, right? Someone will
Okay.
take care. So that's why. So someone will take care. For example, coming into general topic, coming into
Hmm,
go to HDFC Bank. You have
hmm,
username and password. Suppose you will give some details, then bank people will access your details and they will give, I mean, they will check each and every transaction, right? Generally.
hmm,
So the system administrator can do anything in the system. Okay. Here system admin. So, these are the scenarios. Okay. Why my record wants to access by some other user, mean these are the scenarios. I'm the sales representative. My supervisor wants to access how much business you did. The supervisor records, some other manager wants to access, so like that. But finally system administrator can access any record. Okay.
hmm. Correct.
It's not related to OWT. It's not related to anything. What kind of setup you did in the system? System administrator user can access any user record. Okay, it's clear.
Okay.
It's clear, Raji, or any other questions?
Okay. System administrator can access anything, but if you want to share the records between these sales representatives, then we can have this OWD. I mean sharings.
Yes.
Okay.
For example, another profile is also there. I have another profile. Okay, this is sales manager profile. Sales manager profile. Under sales manager profile, I have different users are there. Okay, S1, S2. Now I want to share the record. Okay, I want to share the record from sales representative to sales manager. Okay, how, what is the option is nothing, but this is the only option. I mean, some steps are there. We will follow the steps. This is the first option. This is the first option. System administrator, they can do anything in the system. They will not consider the users who is having system administrator profile. They will not consider anything. I mean, they will not, suppose OWT is a private, OWT is a public, it doesn't matter for them. For example, Akira Mohit created one record. Ramesh can edit that particular record. Ramesh can delete that particular record. He can do anything in the system because his profile is nothing but system administrator. So other than system administrator, we are trying to sharing the records. On what basis we are sharing the record? I mean, this is the business scenario.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, Ramesh, one general question actually.
Yes.
So for a given business, like who is going to like make this record? Like say the sales guy, he'll be taking these inputs and he is going to uh, make these records like account or like
Yes.
or the admin.
Yeah. Sales representative, admin. We are only design the system.
Okay. So sales representative is going to give these inputs and he's going to create these records, right?
Yes.
So for each and every record, one after creation, so then admin guy will make the changes whatever you are making, like OWD, because they have this freedom of creating the records, right?
Admin here, the thing is, for example, coming into general topic. Suppose I will go to some super bazaar or some supermarket. I will go to.
No, let
One
us take this HDFC bank example.
yeah,
Only you can
HDFC
make the.
bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So HDFC bank, we will take both examples. I will go to supermarket. Suppose you are buying something. Two or say three sales representatives are there, right? Two or three representatives are there. One representative, he will come to us and he will go to the cash and he will, I mean, he will give the bill, right? That it will go to under that particular sales representative, right? So I will go to somewhere, some market, and I will buy some clothes. Different sales representatives are there. So this sales representative, how much business he did for today? This sales representative, how much business he did for today? They will calculate, right? The same thing. The same thing here. In my organization, I am selling some products. What I will do? I will recruit some sales representative. Okay. Sales representative A, one customer came. That customer, he wants to store the data. For suppose that sales representative leave the company, or by at the end of year, at the finance year, I have to calculate how much business did, how many customer came. For those information, we are trying to creating a records. So sales representative will create a lead record, account record, contact record. Okay, contact record he will create here, the sales representative. So to create sales representative this record, who will design the system? System administrator will design the system. This application is designed by the system administrator. So while creating sales representative, he will create a record. Only he will only access the record. So first he is working with the lead object. So for lead object, OWT is a private. So for account object, OWT is like this. So you, administrator, first he will make the system. That system sales representative will use it. Shiva, got it,
Yeah,
Shiva?
that is okay, but operations like see one record will be like say one record will be on hold, like it will be still in a what we call this opportunity stage.
Mm.
Okay, that will not be a complete. He won't be a complete. Like if you take this HDFC customer, see, like a sales guy will be going to a person and he'll be asking to take an account.
Mm.
So meanwhile, he'll be having this person's record, like so and so. I have approached to Shiva. I have taken his input. Maybe like he's going to convert into HDFC customer.
Mm.
So till then, my account will be on hold.
Mm.
So the admin, whatever he is making operations, like till my case is closed. So like he cannot make this OWD, right? Like he cannot make it public, private, because that is not a completed case. My case is on hold. Like I am not still a HDFC customer.
So first of all, here once the system administrator design the system, okay, design the system, then only will start the process, right? It should not be like for each and every case he will change the OWT. It's not like that, Shiva.
No,
I'm not
okay.
getting. So
Yes, yes.
first the system administrator, whenever we are going to design the system, our business person, our main, I mean the company person, he will ask, this is my business. For business you have to make the setup. Some initial steps they will perform. That initial steps is, boss, this he is the owner, only owner will access the records. Yes, that facility, that options, they will, the initial step performed by the system administrator. Each and every time the administrator will not do any changes related to the record. Shiva, got it, Shiva? Or
Yeah, got it, Ramesh. Yes.
yeah, okay, fine. Now coming into here, so whenever we are coming into the data security is nothing but who will access the record. Only owner will access the record, or other than the owner will access the record. That time the first option we have to verify is nothing but OWT. That is nothing but organization wide default. Now here you have to observe, I'm just making OWT for account and contract object as a private. Account and contract object as a private. What does that mean? What does it mean? Account and contract object, I'm just making OWT as a private. Then what does that mean? Generally, here you have to observe, default option is private only. Default option here you have to observe, default external access is private only. In our organization, default option is private only. Okay. So here default option is private. Means owner only will access that particular record. But my requirement is here, S5 wants to access all the sales representative record. S5 wants to access all the sales representative record. S5 wants to access all the sales representative record. This is my requirement. My requirement is, I mean, initially we made OWT as a private. Private means only owner will access. Suppose A1 is the owner and A9 is trying to accessing that particular record, it will show insufficient privilege access. Now my requirement is, my manager wants to access my record. Okay, my manager wants to access my record. My manager in the sense means is also one user, right? His profile name is sales manager. Other than that, you don't have any rights. So we are making our profile name as a sales manager, then automatically he will get rights. It is not like that. We are trying to creating a profile. My profile name is sales manager. Sales manager. Under sales manager, we created some users. So under sales manager, we created some users. It is not like that his profile name is sales manager, so that he will automatically get the rights on the sales representative. It is not like that. We have to make setup. Here my requirement is, for OWT means entire organization, for account object, OWT is a private, means only owner will access the record. But S5 wants to access all the sales representative records. That is my requirement. Then the second one is roles, it will come into picture. So when roles it will come into picture? When OWT is a private and one user, just treat them as a user. This user wants to access another user record. This user wants to access another user record. Then role it will come into picture. When OWT is a public read and write, then role it will come? No. Public read and write means anyone will do anything. Then again, why role? So when boardability is a private means the functionality is for that particular object only owner will access. Okay, but now coming into another user wants to access all these users record, then roles it will come into picture. When role it will come into picture, when OWD is private for that particular object is private for object and one user wants to access another user record. Not only manager here, for example, A11 wants to access A3 record. A11 wants to access A3 record. A3 is going on leave. A11 wants to access that particular record. This is also case, right? Not only manager, some other users. There is some scenarios. I'm going on vacation or how much business I did. That should be monitored by my manager. So means manager is nothing but is a user. That user also wants to access my account records. Or this A8 also wants to access my account records. Means finally another user wants to access one user record. Okay, another users wants to access another user record. Okay, that is my requirement. So then rules it will come into picture. Rule it will come into picture. So what we will do is I will just go and create one role. We will just go and create one role. Role name should be anything. Role name should be anything. For example, I will just make it as my role name as a role name should be anything. Role name should be the ABC. One second. Hello, Guru. Hello, Guru. Are you able to hear me, Guru?
Your voice is low, Ramesh.
Now it's fine, Shiva.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, fine. So now coming into here, I am trying to creating a role. My role name should be anything. So I'm just giving some valid name, not ABC. My role name is a manager. My role name is a manager. Okay. My role name is a manager. So step one is we will just go and create one role we will create. My role name should be anything, but some valid name. Here I am giving my role name as a manager. In the real time, they will only provide name. Go and create one role. That role name should be this one. We will not assume and we will not provide any names. Okay. Maximum they will only give the names. So the step one is we will just go and create one role. Here my role name is manager. Then we'll just go and assign all these users. Okay. Now what I will do, this role is there, right? This role I will link to this role. So is a manager under this manager, these are the subordinates. These are the subordinates. Then automatically the manager will get access all his subordinate records. All is subordinate record. I will create. If you have any questions, let me know. So first of all, why we have to go to the role concept? Why we have to go to the role concept? In account object, for each and every object, setup is separate. For each and every object, setup is separate. Here we are working with the account object. Account object OWT is a private. 1 second. Are you able to hear me? Any problem? Any problem? Hear me? Guru, Shiva, Ajay.
Yeah, sometimes it is getting disconnected, so we have rejoined. Maybe I think we thought it was
Okay,
internet.
Yes, sir, we are rejoined. We have network issue.
okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay. So now come when role concept it will come into picture. When OWT is a private, then only role come into picture. So step one, what we are doing? Before that, before step one, what is our business scenario? My business scenario is S5 wants to access all these users record. S5 is one user. That user wants to access another user record. That user wants to access another user record. Then roles come into picture. First, what we will do? Go to the quick find. You have to type it as a role. Under users roles, it will come into picture. Click on the roles. Then it will redirecting into this particular screen. Already roles are there in my system. Already roles we created. Here it is coming as a XYZ. What is this XYZ? See, what is this XYZ is nothing but while creating an account, you provided company name, right? Suppose you are trying Salesforce. While opening an account with the Salesforce, we are providing some. So under these companies here, already some roles are there. Now we are also trying to creating a role. Where we are trying to creating a role. I am trying to creating a role under CEO. See here under CEO I am trying to creating. How we know exactly we have to create a role under CEO in the sense means whenever we are working in the project, they will give clear information. You have to create a new role under this option. XYZ is a company. Under XYZ company, these are the roles. Now I am trying to creating a new role. Where I am trying to creating a new role under CEO, I am trying to creating a new role. Under CEO, we are trying to creating a new role. Why under CEO only we are trying to creating a new role? Means that is my requirement. My client is asking. Already we have one role is there CEO. Under CEO only you have to create our new role. Okay, now go to your add role is there, right? Click on the add role. It will redirecting into this particular screen. What is your role name? My role name is nothing but anything. I'm just providing it as a manager 22. So manager 22. Opportunity access, case access here. So just provide it as a default option. Just provide it as a default option. Then click on the save button. So what we did, we created one role, right? What is my role name? Manager underscore 22 2022, right? This is my role, right? Once you created a role, see here, users in manager 2020 role. So the next step is what? We have to assign the one user to this particular role. See, assign users to role. Click on this assign users to role. Now it will redirecting into this particular screen. Now here you have to go to here, you have to search. 1 second. Available users are there. Who are users? Active users. It will show users. 1 second. Where is users? Yes, all users. It will show all users. Here it will show. See here I am trying to assigning Akira Mohit as a user. Finally try to save this one. So we created one role. My role name is nothing but manager underscore 2022. Under this role we Akira Mohit. So we created this part, right? See here, we created this part, right? We created this part. We created one manager role. Under this manager role, we assigned this user. We assigned this user, right? Okay. Now, what is my next step? Again, go to roles only. Again, go to roles. It will redirecting into this particular screen. It will redirecting into this particular screen. See here, where is our role? Just now we created one role, right? See here, where is our role? Under XYZ, under CEO only we created, right? So what is our role name? What is our role name? Go to here, manager underscore 2022, right? This is my role, right? This is my role. Under this role, I will create this subordinate role. Under this manager, this is a manager role. Under this role, I will create one more role. Click on add role. Click on add role. Sub underscore manager 2022 and click on the save button. So this is one role. This role is under which role? This role is under this role. Okay, this role is under. Try to save this one. Finally, try to save this one. Now we are trying to assigning all users. Go to here, assign users. Go to assign users. Now go to here. All users are there, right? All users. Select all users. Which users you want, you will just go and assign all these users. Finally, try to save this one. Finally, try to save this one. Now again, go to roles. See, XYZ is a company. Under XYZ company, we have different roles are there. CEO is one role. Under CEO role, we created one role. What is our role? What is our role is nothing but manage underscore 2022, right? This role we created, right? Under this role, who is the user? One user is there. So now what we are doing? Under this role, again we created one more role. Under this role, we again created one more role. One more role we created. Under this role, who assigned? We assign n number of users. N number of users. Now under this manager, who is the user? He is the user, right? This user can access all these users record. These users can access all these users record. For example, go to one user. Okay, go to one user. See, go to Akira Mohit is the user. Akira Mohit is a user. Go to here, click on edit. See here, now here you have to observe for Akira Mohit, while creating a user, there is a role is there, right? This role we did not update it while creating a user. Role is related to the data security. Role is related to the data security. Here you have to observe. Now we assigned one role to the Akira Mohit. The role name is nothing but manager underscore 2022. Under this role, Akira Mohit is the user. Akira Mohit is the user. So under this role, what are the sub roles are there? Now go to again roles. Go to again roles. Go to here roles. See here. Go to again here roles. Who is the top? XYZ is a company. Under XYZ company, CEO is one role. Under CEO, these are the roles. Under CEO, these are the roles. Now go to here. Scroll down. See, manager 2022 is one role. Under manager 2022, we created one more role. That is nothing but sub underscore manager 2022. We created one more role. So under this sub manager 2022, we assigned some users. Under manager 2022, we assigned one more user. This user will access automatically all his subordinate record. So let me know or any confusion here. One second. This is a CEO role, right? Yeah. Here you have to observe. And we created this role. Where we created this role? Under CEO. So under CEO. So is the records is accessed by CEO. Record is accessed by what is the immediate role? What is the role is there? Yes, any role is there. This user will also access this particular record. This record, he will access this particular user record. So in that way, it will happen. This is a subordinate role. So this one here, one user is there, Akira Mohit. Here A1, A2, A3 users are there. All these users will access, Akira Mohit will access all his subordinate records. Any questions or any confusion? Any questions or any confusion? So how you will access all these record is nothing but here you have to observe coming into the sharing settings. Coming into sharing setting. Grant access using hierarchy. See here, one option is there. Grant access using hierarchy is one option is there. If this option by default check for all standard objects. See here, all standard objects by default this option is enabled for all standard objects. What is the immediate role for this one? What is the immediate role for this one? This role. For this one, what is the immediate role? CEO. So CEO will access this record. These users will access this particular record, account object record. How it will, how the role knows is nothing but grant access using hierarchy set. This checkbox is checked. Whenever the checkbox is checked, what does that meaning is nothing but immediate supervisor, immediate top role will access all the subordinate record. That is nothing but grant access using hierarchies. For example, coming into custom objects, scroll down here. See, these are the custom object. Business info, we only created some custom object, right? We have to check this one. Okay, we have to check this one. This is nothing but grant access using hierarchy. In interview also they will ask what about grant access using hierarchies is nothing but for standard object this checkbox is automatically checked. What does that mean? Immediate supervisor role, immediate top role will access all the subordinate records. Okay, so for custom object we have to make that particular checkbox as a true. We have to make that particular checkbox as a true. Then only immediate supervisors will access all his subordinate records. That is nothing but roles. So here you have to observe, you have to remember grant access using hierarchies. Grant access using hierarchies. For standard objects, for standard objects, automatically checked. Automatically checked means parent role will automatically access all his subordinate records. For custom objects, for custom objects, we have to check it. We have to check it. Okay, this is nothing but roles. Like that, we have some other options are there that we'll discuss in the next session. I think today some internet issues are there. We'll discuss in the next session. We'll go one by one.